Hello, day 49 of the Lockdown Wildlife Diaries, and today I want to talk to you about street trees and, well, trees in general. We used to plant street trees quite a lot, but it doesn't seem to happen anymore. And as it's widely known, Thanet only has 4% tree coverage. It's really sad. And all we ever see is street trees getting cut down. So I'm going to start off the blog with some of the positives of having trees. Should I even need to explain why trees are a good thing? So street trees can give a better social impact because they're better for our human health. They can even make property value higher if you've got street trees in your road. They can screen the urban elements, so all the untidy walls and cars and rubbish, they can screen that. They provide for wildlife. That's my favourite thing about trees. And it was found in a study that businesses operating in a tree-lined street actually take 12% more profit. And the other thing, of course, is the water. Trees can hold 30% of the rainfall that comes down. So all these places flooding all the time, we need our trees. Just the leaves themselves can hold about 30% more water, and then of course the roots will soak it up. They give you a calming effect. They've actually been found to slow traffic, street trees have. And they can also prolong the life of tarmac. Street trees can prolong the life of our roads by as much as 40 to 60% because they keep that tarmac cool and stop the expanding and contracting cycles. And it's given us a connection to nature. And that connection to nature is something very important and very special. And trees give us that brilliantly. I'm here at Royal Esplanade in Ramsgate, and it makes me feel so good walking down here amongst this avenue of trees. All these trees were planted out in Victorian times, and they're absolutely beautiful. And sadly, over time, some trees have gone missing. Some have been replanted, but they have subsequently gone missing or been stolen. And what's really strange and sad about what happens to street trees is they just disappear and go missing or get cut down. And Royal Esplanade is a great example of that. We've got some big houses down here, and they will have a lovely sea view. And this avenue has trees either side of the footpath, and strangely, in front of some of the houses, the trees have disappeared both sides of the footpath in front of a house, various houses. So as you can see here, trees both sides of the footpath have gone in front of this house. And then again, we've got all the trees both sides of the footpath, but the trees have gone both sides of the footpath in front of that house. Just there in front of those houses, the trees have gone because there is their wonderful sea view. So we need to stand up for our street trees, and then we need to plant more street trees, and it is happening in places, but I wish it was building regulation and highways regulation to plant street trees. We need them, especially with all the flooding and the lack of wildlife. So stand up for your street trees. If you see anyone doing anything, what you have to do is you have to film them doing it. I had a case last year where some guy was cutting down a street tree and I reported him, but it turns out I needed to get it on film, including his face, and I didn't have that, so nothing happened. And a few years ago, outside my house, a branch came off a street tree, and KCC come out and they cut down the whole tree. Totally unnecessary. And I've been trying for years to get them to come out and replace it, and they won't. It seems that they're just cutting down street trees and then they don't replace them. And you'll often see in the roadside along the paths, you'll see little tarmac square blocks, and that's the gravestone of a street tree. So there's a brilliant Facebook group called Thanet Trees. Check them out because they're doing amazing stuff for trees, and they're one of the few people that are fighting for our trees. So please learn to love your street trees, even if they create leaf litter, even if they create seedlings that grow in your garden, even if you get blossom in your garden, even if there's moths, larvae growing on the tree. It's that important interaction with nature that we need, and fight for our street trees. Thanks for watching.